So how does the Kahulumakai integrate or add value with your curricula?
I think first and foremost, as a class, the curriculum is helping the students connect to this place they call home. And what better way to do that than to focus in on a specific area, a specific place, and to be able to use um, various learning approaches in hopes that um, these different learning styles will help the student to connect in whichever way they learn the best. To use something like technology in this way, and the student can, on their own pace, uh, explore, re-explore, ask questions. They know where Kumu is. They know there's a hotel here. They know there's the tourists go next door to snorkel and locals surf there. But when you ask the question, do you know how many reals are in this area alone? They don't know, and that's the content that we want to help them connect to, because that's the history that will add to them connecting. One of the approaches that I really enjoy watching them engage in is the puzzles, and to be able to solve puzzles as a group, and still learn important information as they play ultimately, and how to see how something simple and small, it's actually very dynamic, because there's multiple levels of learning going on, and there's multiple types of learning that's going on. For class, we do quite a bit of class discussions. We do a lot of inquiry, a lot of hands-on, and for the most part, as their teacher, it's knowing best when to pull back and when to guide a little bit more. Something like this was nice to see, where I can pull back completely and observe, and to see how the students working together, especially considering that one of the themes in class is leadership, and how as a group, looking at roles within that group, with each specific student, and to see how they kind of know, or maybe even not know, but to watch them step up, when just a few months ago it was different. I think it was good to do this type of activity at this time of the school year, when the students are a little bit more comfortable with each other, to be able to work in a group and get the results that we were, as far as solving each puzzle, and to see how dynamically that kind of worked. I don't know if we did something like this, say in September, when they're just starting to know each other, if it would still, if they would have taken longer to solve puzzles, what type of interaction that would be like. One of the things that I found with the students, and again connecting to leadership and maintaining place and space, is being able to say, I'll take the lead on this because this is meaningful to me, or I want to learn more about it, as opposed to, I'm a little bit shy. They're 8th grade, 7th grade students, middle school students. I'm a little bit shy. I'm going to be a little bit passive first. So the growth that we've, even in a matter of a couple weeks since seeing you folks a couple weeks ago, I do see a difference. One prime example would be Isaiah, as he not only showed what they built, but to be able to explain it as far as the angle and the angle of the wall and how the angle, how the reaction of the wave to the angle. And to see him explain that in his words, that I was happy. I was happy to see that. I was also happy to know that in order for them to unlock, for example, the one here, they needed to know which way is east, because that was in one of the questions. Yeah, to be able to figure that out, and even it was good that we were able to go through, as a teacher, go through the puzzles, so that I am a little bit familiar as far as how do we, what are the questions involved as far as answering. So I definitely think it has, and the format that they were able to learn, to put things together, to solve these puzzles, I believe it has helped.
So what potential applications of the virtual field trip do you see for future classes?
I would like to use this again another year if I can, to do similar format where there's the Chromebooks, and then to physically come to this space and to go through the puzzles, as well as have a tour, to go through all of that again. I definitely would like to use that next year. I'd also like to use the puzzles, and modify those for the classroom, and also to be able to now have our own debriefing as a class when we go back, and to share with the students that weren't able to come today, and having them share with their peers what that experience was like for them today, and what they liked, what they got out of it, that kind of stuff. Although it was there, the Hawaiian history was there, I think maybe more of it, even if it's more vocabulary words, using more the Hawaiian words, more of it. I'm unsure as far as what, I know they have Hawaiian Studies class, but this is unique in where this is home for them, and so being able to have more of the more deeper, maybe, Hawaiian history, yeah, because it is there, but maybe a little bit more, yeah.
What do you see as potential barriers to your future use of the virtual field trip and or breakout evening activities?
Of course, it would be the YouTube, which I don't know how we're going to get around that, yeah, with the DOE policy. Yeah. I'm not sure if the students felt rushed as far as, okay, this is what we have, the virtual Hokai. We'd like you to complete it in 2 days, or kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know if, I'm not sure if they felt rushed. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure about the timing. I'm wondering if maybe coming here at a different time of the day, as far as exploring inquiry when it comes to tide and that's that part of it. Tide, even where the sun is, maybe coming more than once. Yeah.
To study different parts.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe even more as far as where is the the freshwater springs, as far as testing the water, because we did in another activity, not all of them went, but Isaiah went. We tested the water, freshwater levels, and just kind of maybe doing something like that out here if we can. Yeah. Maybe I don't know if that would be appropriate, but STEM exploration, STEM experiments.
What improvements would you suggest to better utilize the virtual phone study or breakout for future classes?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Trying to think if there's other like bumps that maybe we came across. Maybe for me as a teacher to familiarize myself more with not just history, but even history of place and space, but also maybe even the more STEM connection. I think when it came to inquiry, I think we during some discussions there was opportunity to kind of, okay, let's see where this question takes us, but because of my lack of knowledge, I was hesitant to go that way because I don't have the answers. So that's something that I think as a teacher, now that in hindsight, to be a little bit more familiar with that, or maybe even should we write these questions down, and share with you folks. How can we somehow maybe connect this into the curriculum later on, or connect this at when we come on the field trip? I didn't think about that. Yeah. I think in hindsight, I probably would have wrote a lot more stuff down, and then communicated that with you folks. Even if it was just to, hey, heads up, this is some of the things that we were wondering. Yeah, I would have put more stuff down. As far as maybe one thing is if there's something that, because one of the things that we were talking about as a class is, well, just my little knowledge about Hawaii and the sun rising and setting, and the place where it lines up on certain stones, and maybe another way of helping the students connect is exploring makahiki, and if there's a connection as far as makahiki to this, because Isaiah, that's his project. That was his project as far as learning more about makahiki and the games, the history of makahiki, the games, teaching to the class, and then we went to a third grade class students to teach. And so there's already a connection there. And so maybe helping with another way of connecting, if there's something with Makaike and or not just this layout, but you know, the place itself. Yeah.
You have the same thing. Your students were saying that they would want to share with the third grade students they work with their experiences here.
That's
So,
good that
yeah.
they said that.
I was like, oh, that's good. They did just say that earlier.
That's good.
And I don't know how close to 3:30, but we're at 3:32.
I think that's all right. That was the last question.
I don't know if you had gotten any other recording, but I don't know if you
I didn't get from the students, but I did get some
quotes.
yeah. But I think we're good with when we do the video for the students.
Do you want to, or maybe like a video quote from you in terms of like your most memorable aha moment, your most memorable experience, and I can just record that so that in case like for like our conference presentation or something, if you want it, that way we can play sort of like a testimonial of your experience and how you think the Hamana enjoyed the activity.
Okay.
Really, really complicated question, but basically, what did you like most, and how did it impact your Hamana? And now I guess this time you can look at me. Sort of.
I think